diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello. For rewatchers, I'm going to let you know there's going to be a little different. This is my first in the series of some fentanyl awareness that I'm doing. As you can see, if you've been watching the group, this week we are starting our fentanyl prevention and awareness. And I thought a great place to start would be to come on here and talk about the difference. Okay. Now, recovery is going to be the same, so please don't get me wrong on that. We'll help it. We'll help, absolutely. But the addiction to alcohol and the addiction to drugs is very, very different, and that's what we're going to kind of cover today. I am kind of doing this for my new group. We have a new group. It's Fentanyl Awareness. This is Raw Recovery. It'll be a podcast. And in there, you're going to find other resources. We're not the main ones. Let's put it that way. We're spreading the word, right? We're going to help out. But I've done prevention in the past, and I know what it looks like. And so these videos are going to be different. They're going to be a little more hard-hitting. There might be trigger warnings in it, okay? Because when you deal with prevention, you deal with death, okay? That's what we're dealing with, death. Life or death situations. See, not any different, is it? The outcome's the same, my friends. The outcome is always the same. And that's the unfortunate part. But the good part is this. Here's the neat part. It doesn't matter what addiction there is. We got an answer, man. Okay? See, when you do prevention and you do awareness, you best have a solution. Okay? You can't go to people with problems with no solution. And that's what this is about. What are the solutions? What are we actually looking at? Okay. I was around in the 90s and we were winning the war on drugs. We were winning it. No, we weren't. Bullshit. I was there and we were winning. This one probably won't be called the Daily Trudge, but either way, welcome. Welcome. We are here to inform and educate. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. If I don't have the answer because I'm not an expert on fentanyl, I have experts that can get us the answers. Okay, these include doctors. These include people that have been there. It includes people who have lost children to this and who have been through the process. The other part of this is to heal. Because, see, trudging together is a healer. And so we're going to be helping some of these people who have gone through loss. We're going to help them heal. How are they going to heal? They're going to heal by giving it away, just like we do. Just like we do. Why are these people important? Because they're asking for help. That's why. Yeah. Hey, my other daughter from I wouldn't even know how to do that. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. I'm not, and I'm not really expecting anybody to show up to that. I mean, different. Oh yeah, there is. And if you don't know about it, then you're going to be caught with your. I was going to say something, but I don't think I can get quite that rude here. Okay. But know that this is a little bit different. So let's get to this. These shouldn't be as long. All right. So I'm going to make it very, very clear. It's actually very, very simple. It's very straightforward. I'm going to give some great examples, though. All right. So, one, let's talk about alcohol. Okay. Not anybody can be an alcoholic. Let's switch this. Let's start with drugs. Okay. When it comes to a lot of these drugs, and I'm not going to get into different types, we'll get into that later. Okay. We're not talking about like weed, though. Okay. Whatever. Okay. We're talking about the harder drugs. Anyone, absolutely anyone in this world can be addicted to drugs. No one is safe. There is no predisposition. There is nothing. The only requirement that you need to be a drug addict is that you are human. That's the only requirement you need to turn into a drug addict. Now, this may happen in different ways. Maybe they grew up in an alcoholic home, but they weren't alcoholic, but they had trauma in their lives, and maybe they started with alcohol, but alcohol just, it wasn't really for them, and then they found crack or heroin or acid or ecstasy or fentanyl or Oxycontin or any of these drugs out there. There's a gazillion of them now, right? I need to make sure that isn't a person that I need to talk to. It is not. It is probably pod. I'm like, I wrote, never mind. I just like when people give me direct answers. I wrote customer service. Yes, you can do this. And it was the way I didn't want to go. I'm like, can you just tell me, no, I can't do it this way? Because otherwise I'm going to try and do it that way. So just be honest, for God's sakes. All right. You can grow up in the best household ever, loving parents, have God in your life. You'd be very, very spiritual. Then one day, you get in a car accident. You have some back pain. So they put you on this new wonder drug called Oxycontin. Oh, and you feel better because only less than 1% people get addicted. We know that's not true. We know that's not true now. It's turned into an epidemic is what it turned into. Now we have millions of people that should have never been addicted. Should have never, okay? And it will take this sweet young lady who provides a great service in her community. It will destroy her and put her in a trap house in a matter of a few short years. That's what drugs does. Drugs leads to trap houses. It leads to extremely dangerous places, much more dangerous than we alcoholics put ourselves through. So let's remember that. A lot of people that are drug addicts, if you go listen to my podcasts, okay? And people will say I'm alcoholic, but they're not. They're drug addicts, but they're saying that they're alcoholics so they can be a part of something. I know it, and I ain't going to say so. I'm not going to say anything. That's like if I'm seeing somebody steal a loaf of bread, I ain't saying shit. But if I see somebody picking on somebody else because they're different, I'm going to say something. See how that's different? That's a set of morals. And those morals right there will go out the window for anything in this world. And they won't know why. Alcoholism, you had no choice. Alcoholism, you had no fucking choice at all. I was born with this disease. You were born with alcoholism. Now, some of that, hi, Ingrid and husband. Good to see you. Welcome. Now, alcoholism, we are born with. So not anybody can be an alcoholic. So you'll listen to some of those stories and they'll talk about the drugs and they'll be like, oh, and alcohol was in there too. They'll kind of throw the alcohol in there. I'm going to tell you, nah, but that's okay. That's okay. Why should a drug user not use alcohol? There's a very good reason for it. Because for them, that would be a gateway drug. That is a gateway drug. And for addicts, a drug is a drug is a drug. Let them have that. They are correct. Alcohol is a drug. It is. It's even classified as a drug. It follows under DEA. Yes, for them, it leads to drugs. But let's say somebody comes along and says, because prevention, my mom did some prevention on me when I was young. And even though I was an alcoholic, I did do some harder drugs, but I stayed away from them. I had the willpower to stay away from hard drugs. First time I took ecstasy, I was in heaven. I was in heaven. Mixed with my alcohol. Okay. If you said, hey, Dion, let's go over here and do ecstasy. Is there any alcohol? No. Nah. No, thanks. Well, I'd gotten into cocaine at one point. When my friends came over on a Wednesday night because they wanted to do cocaine, I was like, I was a drug and alcohol counselor at the age of 20. I know exactly what it looks like. And I said no. And I never touched cocaine again. Because I knew what would happen to me. So, what does prevention and awareness do? It can literally save lives, not of just alcoholics, but of these other people that have their wonderful lives that get destroyed by a pill because they're in pain. Recovery is the same, because by the time we all get to the gift of desperation, we all have a spiritual malady. Okay? So you can see that there's a big difference between the two. Okay? And the more you watch, the more you'll see it. And that's why I believe in recovery equity. Okay? You and I, we didn't have a choice. Okay? Because my friends on here, we're all alcoholic. I know you're drunks. I'm a drunk, right? We know that. But I don't care who's holding my hand in the meeting. They're a child of God. And that's really all that matters. That when you get into recovery and you hit that 12th step, it doesn't matter who asks you for help. You're a person with an answer. You're a person with the right answer, which is even more phenomenal. You're a walking, talking miracle. I want you guys to go out there and start doing it. And that's why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. I want everybody to have a chance to tell their story. I want everybody to have a chance to heal. And how do we heal? We do it together. We do it with us, peer to peer. One person talking with another person who has been there. Okay? You can be book smart all you want about this topic, but until you've actually had the experience, okay? Just think of these poor mothers and fathers, man. It's tough. And we here can do something about that. We can. So this is a part of us taking back our power. We need to take it back. It's ours. God gave us the gift, not them. So we must be astute. We must advocate for those things. Because if we don't, no one will. No one will. Okay? All right. See, a lot better than people thought. This is great stuff to talk about. These are conversations that should be normal. They should be normal. So please go join our new group. join our new group. There's going to be a new podcast series. I'm putting OA on pause right now. So, till we find another host. Gary's just gotten really, really busy. And I think his job's a lot more important. He's doing stuff he needs to be doing. So he's kind of just become a. I always forget the name when I need it, right? So, all right, you too. You have a great afternoon. I'm sure I will be back today. I'll probably be back one more time. So I also have a meeting I need to chair in an hour. All right, thank you. I love you. Peace out and have a day.